All right. Hi, everyone. Looks like we are live. This is a live video, and could either be watching it live with me or watching the replay. We're going to be creating one of the cards in the Hello Dear Friend card kit. Now, this kit is offered in the catalogs or online. It's one of the new kits in the January through June mini catalog. And so you can either find it there or online. It is not a paper pumpkin kit. And if you are joining me live, then go ahead and leave a comment, and I'm going to try to find my video right now. And if you are watching the replay, you're welcome to leave comments as well, and I'll come back to those and make sure I respond to that. If you are on my YouTube channel and are watching this, then you can also leave a comment. And looks like there we are. So I just found us, hold on, online. Oh, hi Catherine, so fun to see you, and Jean and Wanda. So glad you guys are able to join me for this video today. How many of you have this card kit? I would love to know. This was one that I just had to have when I saw it in the mini catalog. So every Saturday, I'm going to come on at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and we're just going to make one card from the kits. So we're starting with this one because I just loved it so much, and then we'll move on to some of the other ones. I love kits because they are great for all types of crafters. If you're new, then this kit is an all-inclusive kit. So you're able to get everything you need to make these cards, as well as instructions. And so if you're a new paper crafter and you're just getting started, this is a really good option for you. And if you have been paper crafting for a while, then it's a great place to start. And then you just can do alternatives and add to them. And I might choose to do some alternatives with you once we've made all the cards. And then you can see some of those fun things that you can do with the kits if you're an experienced paper crafter as well. All right, so these are the cards we'll be making. We'll just do one card each Saturday. And the nice thing is it does come with instructions. And so you can follow the instructions exactly as they are, or you can come up with your own ideas. Hi, Virginia. So it looks like Jean has the kit and Wanda doesn't have it yet. Hi, Vivian. So glad to see you today. Hi, Lorraine. She is driving home from vacation. She is part of my January class. She's taking that online class, and so she's saying that can't wait to make those cards. I'm so glad. They are so cute. I love that class. And Catherine's at work. Oh, that would be nice, Jean, if there were refills for this kit, huh? That's a great idea. Maybe we should put that in as an idea to Stampin' Up. Okay, so let's just quickly look at the contents of this kit. So we're just opening it. Hi, Lisa. So glad to see you. So as you can see, it's an all-inclusive kit, which means everything you need to make these cards are included. Probably the only thing that isn't included would be a pair of scissors. So these are the card designs we'll be creating. And then it tells you exactly what's inside the so this is what's included, the coordinating colors, any tips for when you're working on the cards, and then the steps. So they have identified the steps 1 through 5, and then they kind of tell you, here's step number 1. So then you come over to number 1 that says, stamp the sentiment in Misty Moonlight Stamp Classic ink. And so instead of having that written 100 times, they just write it 1 time so you can refer back to that step. So that's how you can read your instructions. And then I do like that these instructions are in color. The instructions that come in the paper pumpkin kits are not in color, and I do find that sometimes it's hard to identify what the card looks like exactly. But these are all in color, so that's really nice that you can see how those cards are put together. So we have some envelopes, and these are just some little mini envelopes for this smaller card. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it looks like there's 2 cards that are that size. And so you'll do 3 for each card there. And here are the card bases for that mini card size. So you've got one that has a more leaf design, and then one that has stripes on it. Then you've got some cutout punch die cuts, just some really pretty images of flowers. I love kind of that watercolor paint look, and you have 3 sheets of those. Then we get to our larger card size. So these look like they're just your regular 5.5 by 4.25 card envelope, and they're all printed with that stripe, so that's really fun. Then you have your card bases. You've got this one that you have 3 of this flower on a yellow watercolor wash. And then you get these vellum die cuts that have, it looks kind of like a copper foiling on them. And there are 3 of those as well. Those will be fun to play with. And then this pretty card base, 3 leaf card base. I like how these colors are nice and bold, but you still get that softness with the watercolor. And then 1 sheet of leaf die cuts that are colored and cut for you. So Adrienne's here. Hi, Adrienne and Danielle. You are welcome. She says, thanks for sharing. I love kits. I do too. They're just a perfect place to start crafting. Sometimes, even as an experienced paper crafter, I like to just have a place to start. So I like kits as well. And Vivian says, the envelopes are really cute. They'd be great for treats like chocolate. I agree, that's a really, like the little tiny ones, right? Just to kind of slide in a little candy bar. And then the last thing in the kit, not the last thing, but the last paper thing are these labels. They do have a brass copper foil around the edge, and they come in lots of different sizes, and you get 2 sheets of those. Along with it, you do get some adhesive. So we've got a sheet of dimensionals and then a sheet of glue dots. If you are new to kits, I would also recommend purchasing some of the Stampin' Seal. And so that I like this. It's a faster way to adhere your products. I sometimes also will use liquid glue. This is just a really strong glue, and it's nice for like small little details. And if you are going to use the glue dots, hold on just 1 second. I also recommend the Take or Pick tool. This tool just makes it really easy to slide those dots off and place them where you want them. And I'll show you how to do that as we're making the card. And then you do get this stamp set. Let me see if I can find a white surface to put it on. So the stamp set is mostly greetings. So we have thank you, just a little note, you make my heart smile, hello, dear friend, a day to remember, and then you have a couple images. We've got a leaf with a stem that's open, where I'm assuming you could put the little flower. Yep. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to close my door. All right. So we do have a great stamp set that you can use for lots of different occasions. And maybe we'll even make an alternative card using just the stamp set, because I do find that you need to see value in just a stamp set when you make these kits, because once you've used all the products to make the cards, you will have the stamp set and the ink left over. So we do have an ink spot. This is Misty Moonlight. This is a really great color to have. It's kind of like a dark jean color. And then it does come with a clear block. These clear blocks are thin. They're not the the ones that they sell in the catalogs. Okay. Hi, Hildenelle and Liz. So good to see you guys this morning or afternoon. And then we have a little copper ribbon, kind of like a twine. That will be fun to play with too. Okay, so now that we've gone through everything that's in the kit, let's go ahead and make one of the cards. So I'm just going to start here with card number 1 that's in the instructions. So we've got, let me just grab some of the items we're going to need. It looks like we'll need the kind of teardrop gem vellum. So if you're making these along with me, go ahead and grab that. You'll need one of the card bases with the yellow background. I'm going to just put the other ones off to the side. And then from the die cuts, it looks like we just need the flower. And then put the other ones off to the side. And then it doesn't look like there's any other die cuts. We just need a label. And it looks like it's, I don't know which one it is, maybe one of these medium sizes. So it looks like there's 3 that are pretty large rectangles, kind of like fat rectangles. And then we have a nice long rectangle. Then we have a skinny, tiny rectangle. And then one that's kind of like a medium size. And I think it's the medium size. So I'm going to take one of those. All right. And then it looks like there'll be some twine, or the copper twine that we'll add. It says we need to cut 14 inches of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I do also recommend using a pair of fabric scissors for your ribbons. I just really like a nice clean edge for ribbon. So just kind of cut that at 14 inches. Okay. So it looks, these are our steps. It says stamp the sentiment in Misty Moonlight. Adhere using Stampin' Dimensionals, so that's number 2. Adhere with the adhesive dots, so I'm guessing that's where we place the vellum with adhesive dots. And then put the cord on the back of the label, kind of in a faux bow look. Wrap cord around vellum and tie a bow. Oh, we're not doing that one. There's no step 5 on that, so okay. So I'm just going to place that off to the side. I think I could probably put this card together now that I've read the instructions. How are we doing? Let's see. I'm just going to check the comments really quick. Oh, good morning, Trudy. So glad you're here joining us. Let's see. Hi, Amy. Vivian says that the Misty Moonlight is one of her favorite colors. I love it too. It's really pretty. And she also says she loves the extra blocks that come in the kit. They are more portable. That's a really good point. I sometimes struggle with stamping with them because my fingers will come off the edge and get ink on them. But if we're using the Stampin' Spot, that shouldn't be a problem. And she brings out a really good point that they're very portable. So thank you for sharing that, Vivian. Oh, Jean says, pull out the stamp and see which one fits the label. That is a really good idea. So it's the day to remember. So yes, it does fit there nicely. So that's a good point. Thank you, Jean. Okay, where was I? Let's put this card together. So I think for me, I am going to start by adding, just kind of laying, well, on the back of the vellum, I'm going to add some glue dots. These glue dots are nice and small, and I think they'll hide nicely behind the copper foil. When you add adhesive to vellum, you just want to be careful because you can sometimes see the adhesive. There's a couple different tricks you can use, such as you can sponge on some liquid glue if you want. That will sometimes hide the glue, because you're not getting like a really strong line of glue. It's kind of just a nice soft. But I'm just going to go ahead and add these to all these little corners here. And as you're seeing, I'm picking these glue dots up easily with my Take a Pick tool. And all I'm doing is I've got a little bit of putty here on the end. It's kind of gross looking. And you just slide off the glue dot on one end, and then it kind of picks it up, and then you can lay it down. So I'm just sliding it up and off, and I think I have enough now. Yeah, okay. And then you can take the flat end here or the pointy end. I prefer the pointy end. And then you just pop the papers off. Just like this. I'm sorry if you're hearing my neighbor's dogs. They love to bark, and they are just right outside my window. And hopefully they're not coming through on the microphone. All right. It looks like Jean had a birthday. Hildenell says that, happy birthday, Jean. Was it today or was it yesterday? Okay, so we take all of those off, and you can see that we've kind of hidden those behind that copper foil. So now this just goes a little bit off to the left in the center of our card. Something like that. We can go ahead and fold that card along that score line. And I do like to use a bone folder to make a nice crease right there. So you're going to get something like this. So then next, let's do our stamping. So you could choose any greeting. If you do choose to change your greeting, it looks like they may all fit, except for that one, in that particular shape. But you could change the label that you wanted here. I always lay my clear stamps down before placing them on the block. And the reason for that is if I place it on the block, then it's possible I could skew the image. But if I place it on the paper, then the photopolymer kind of reshapes, and then I can just pick it right up and the image is exactly as it's supposed to be. So that's just one little tip about photopolymer stamps. And then I also take a pair of snips and I just cut right along that edge. Be careful. And then it helps kind of open that up nicely. And then you can just go ahead and ink it up. Make sure to get nice ink all over. Go over it a couple times. If you do need to practice your stamping, if you haven't stamped before, then you can do that on some scrap paper. And then go ahead and just stamp that right in the center. You do want to give good pressure, but you don't want to rock the stamp. And that's just so that you don't get like any extra stamping along the edges or get kind of a halo effect to your image. So Jean's birthday was on the 13th. Well, happy birthday, Jean. I'm glad it was a fun day for you. Okay, so then that greeting's done. And we're not going to add that yet because we do need to add some of the twine behind it. I'm just going to kind of lay these out, see how they kind of will look. All right, so to add the twine, this is my preferred way. I do like to use the Stampin' Seal. And the reason for that is because I'm getting some really long adhesive for the twine to sit on. You could also use tear-in tape. That will give you that same width or amount of adhesive that you need. I think using glue dots would be really difficult because they're so tiny. You could also use the dimensionals, but I like to place these on top to hold the twine down. So I'll kind of just show you what I mean. So I'm going to place a couple strips of this Stampin' Seal on the back. And then you could tie a bow. I don't usually do that. What I do is I take the two ends of my twine, put them together, and then find the center point and place that about the center of my label. And then I bring my finger off the adhesive. It's nice strong adhesive, and lay the cord down. So it's kind of in opposite corners. And then I'll put my finger kind of about where the length of the loop I want. So if I want a big loop, then I'll place it kind of further out. And then if I want a small one, then I place it closer. Okay. And then I can adjust. Oh, this twine is pretty springy. I think it's because it's been wrapped up around that spool. So I'm just going to kind of adjust it a little bit, make those loops nice and big. So you're going to get something like that. And again, if you want, you know, a wider loop, I cut my fingernails last night, so it's hard for me to grab stuff. You're just going to adhere it to like the outside edges a little more. So something like that, just to get a little bigger if you want. If you want it to come up and off out of the corner a little bit, you could do that too. I think I'm going to bring mine up just a little bit on that side so it doesn't look, you don't want it to look super, like, you don't want it to be totally the same on both sides. And then it just feels a little bit too, it's not like that messy look that we're looking for. Okay, so then just change everything, like move things around until you have what you like. And this is where I add the dimensionals. So once I have it where I want it, then I'll place the dimensionals over the twine or cord. And that's going to hold everything in place and going to adhere it then to my card. There's some tips from me. And it doesn't look exactly the same as theirs. So their twine kind of goes up and down a little bit more. But I like it kind of coming more straight along the greeting. So that's a personal preference there. And you're just going to place that. You do want it a little bit higher. It's kind of, there's like a corner here where that straight line comes down and meets. And I do want to see that corner. So you're going to get something like that. And then it looks like we're going to add our flower with dimensionals as well. And I think I'm just going to place a couple there. I'm not going to add any over the leaves because that's going to kind of come up and over my greeting. And then you can kind of turn it to be however you want. Just going to place it. I'm going to just put it there. So it's kind of in line with those other flowers and a little bit covering the greeting. And now that card is all done. Super cute, really quick and easy, and just a great card that you can send out now to a friend. Okay, so I do want to just give you a little more information. So this is the mini catalog that went live in January, and it goes through June. And just here on that kind of the front page on page 5, it shows you the kits. And Stampin' Up! Offers a lot of different types of kits. But here on the next page, page 6, it talks about, it shows you the cards for this Hello Dear Friend kit. And it does say up here, all-inclusive card kit, so you know that everything you need to make those cards is included. And then it tells you the price, which is $32. Now, for those of you, hold on. So for those of you who are aware, it's Sale-a-bration, and Sale-a-bration will run through January to the end of February. And for every $50 order, you can get something from this catalog for free. There are $50 items as well as some really cute $100 items. And so this would mean that your order would need to come to $100 before you could choose this product. And so $32, you're more than halfway there. So if you needed to add maybe a pair of paper snips or a pickup tool, or maybe even some adhesive, you could easily make it to the $50 to earn a celebration item. And so I just wanted to let you know that that is an option. If you're interested in purchasing this kit, don't forget to add on a couple items so that you can hit those celebration numbers. And if you're interested in ordering, I'd love to have you order through my website, and I will place a link in the description box, either here on the Facebook group or on my YouTube channel if you're watching the replay. I appreciate you guys coming and watching along with me today. If you have any questions, please just let me know. And I hope you have a creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.